Welcome back. It is classroom setup day 4, and before I came to school this morning, I ran by Dollar General. It's just down the road from my school, and I got some Ziploc bags and some painter's tape. We use this to hang things on our walls, and I ran out because, as you know, I've been putting up all sorts of fun things on my walls, so I ran out, so I needed to pick up some more. And I plan on using the Ziploc bags for my library. So in my series section, I might have probably 5 books on 5 exact copies of the same book. And so I'm gonna put those in here and kind of make it like a guided reading kind of set. Just because my library right now is so jam-packed. I know I shouldn't complain because that's a blessing to some of you. But as I talked about in yesterday's video, I kind of shifted my library down, which therefore kind of makes less room. And so I need to kind of get some stuff out so that I have more room. Plus I got some new books, so I need to get those books in. So it's just gonna be a big day of organizing my library and getting that all done, and just organizing in general. So here is what I was talking about. I have a lot of these 3rd grade detective books, and in this example, I have 7 copies of the same exact book, which is kind of ridiculous. So I don't need to have 7 copies of the same exact book in my library. So I just left 1 copy in my library. Sorry. And then I'm just creating these little bags, and this could be used for like a guided reading or something like that. Or if another coworker might need a copy of this book, they can take one out of here to complete their classroom set of this book series if they need it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So this whole set I'm going to be putting in Ziploc bags, and I have some of these series books that have multiple copies that I'm going to be putting in Ziploc bags as well, because like I said, I don't have the space for them in my library. It's been about 2 hours. I'm still working on my library. I just happened to make a huge mess, if you want to take a look. So what I'm doing is sorting all of my fiction chapter books, and I'm trying to make as many series collections as I can. And then the rest of the chapter books, I'm gonna just kind of set aside and store somewhere else, so that my library has more space. Wish me luck, because I'm feeling very overwhelmed. Well, here I am once again creating a bigger mess. So my bins, I was wondering if I could put my chapter books and my series books on the bottom shelves and save more room, and put my picture books on the top shelves. So now I have my bins all over the place, but I am dusting as I'm moving them, so I guess that's an accomplishment. But let me show you my room now. How scary. This isn't even all of it. Let me scoot back. Yeah. So now I'm trying to organize this disaster. So I just moved all of my picture book baskets to the top shelf, and I think I'm really gonna like that better, because now they don't have to pull the basket out of the cabinet. They can just dig through the bin on top of the shelf. I think that's gonna work better. Now I'm thinking I need to move this is nonfiction down here, sorted by category, and I need to move it over here where my other nonfiction books are, and then the rest can all be series fiction books. So that's what I'm gonna. So now I've labeled the shelves Series GH, Series IJ, Series K, L, M, N, O, and P. And what I'm doing is emptying out the bins and putting what I have in the shelves. And then I'll go back and see if I can redo the bins in a way that can fit all the books, or put the shelves in, or put the books in without the tubs. Those of you who do not use tubs, do you like that? Or does your books get messy when kids put them back? Like if I was to put these all like this, do your kids put them back neatly and in order, or is it a nightmare? Or are bins better? Because I've never done it this way. I've always done it with bins. So I'm gonna finish emptying all of these tubs and put the books in here and see how much room I have. So I got all the series books in a shelf. I'm gonna find a bin that works best to fit them in. Before I make sure I get all the labels on these books, because there are some that already have the labels, but some have fallen off, or it's a new book, so I need to relabel. But before I do that, I was gonna go through these fiction books and see if some students didn't put the books back where they went. And I already started, and look what I found. I've found a box of raisins. Oh, you would think that third graders would be better at throwing trash away and taking care of a classroom, wouldn't you? Silly kids. I've already found one book that should be in the series, and I know that because it has a yellow dot, so that's really easy to notice if the dot's there. And then also, now that I've put all these series books in the shelves, I kind of know what books I'm looking for, but having this yellow dot on it makes it easier for when I flip through the basket. These are all green, green, green. If I come across a yellow, I know, whoops, it's not supposed to be there. So I'm gonna start at L and go down and see if there's any series books that are in these, or any random treasures like raisins. Hey, it is 2:45 and I got my library put back in order. And as I was doing my library, I, thought, if you're a teacher out there and you're just buying books just to have some in your library, I would hold off, see what your kids gravitate to, and then maybe buy more books of that series that the kids are interested in. And the reason I say that is because I have a whole stack of books that kids don't really gravitate to. Let me show you. A lot of them are kind of older books and stuff. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them yet. Maybe give them out at open house, I don't know. But I would much rather have, instead of just a bunch of random books, I would much rather have, I got some new series books, and I know once they read one, they're probably gonna want to read another. So I would much rather have series books that they're gonna gravitate to than just a bunch of random chapter books. So figure out what your students like to read, and then maybe invest in books on that series. Or if you get lucky, if you get some school money or something, use that money to invest in some books. I am very blessed here at this district that I work at that all the classrooms have classroom libraries, and it's provided by the school and the district. So I'm very blessed at that. Now there are I did work at a district where I did have to supply all the books, and then I came here and I brought those books with me, so my library was ginormous. Had I known that I was given a library here, I would have just left those books for the next teacher that came in. But I don't want you to think that a lot is not always better. I guess that's what I'm gonna say. Quantity is not better than quality. And I'm sure you've heard that, and that's so true in this scenario with books. The quality of books that you have, the ones that the students want to read, is far more important than just having a bunch of books. So if you're a new teacher and your library is kind of slim, figure out what kids are getting maybe in your school library, or what they are reading and gravitating towards in your library, and then be on the hunt in thrift stores, or ask your admin if you get money for those type of books. So I'm at a standstill right now on finishing up my library. All I have left to do is make labels, which I can't do because I don't have a computer yet, and I need to label a few of my books, and I've ran out of labels, so I need to go to Walmart, and I just use these labels. I use the green ones for the books that I need to label right now. They're fiction picture books, so that's what I have left to do in my library, and then that will be done.